fast, ETF or real estate? Which ones help you to build your money faster? Which one help you grow your money? Let's talk about it. Today we'll be talking about things around rule of 72, which relates to ETF and how your money can grow with use of ETF. We'll also talk about things about rule of um, we'll talk about rule of 1%, the 1% rule when it comes to real estate. So you want to know all of those rules, you want to join right now. And of course, be here. Welcome, welcome in. And of course, we are talking about ETF or real estate. Movie silence, welcome in. How are you? Welcome, 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 welcome. And we want to continue the topic we started yesterday, which is ETF or real estate. Or, basically, that's what we want to talk about today. Awesome, awesome, great, great, great. So, we are talking about ETF or real estate. Which one helps you to build wealth faster? We're going to talk about things like rule of 72. We will talk about like things around the 1% rule when it comes to real estate. We might also be able to talk about the rule of 25 when it comes to retirement, depending on the time that you have. So you want to come learn. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina, I'm Doctor of Business, and I help you turn that your income into real wealth. JJ's welcome in. The Pie, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hello, hello, everyone that is joining, and we're talking about ETF or real estate. And of course, we're talking about ETF or real estate and all that comes with it. And as a matter of fact, I have this ebook right here that you all need to have a copy of. I've always talked about it, Reach That Poor Dad. It costs you like $9.99 or even less, which you should actually have, as a matter of fact, right there. So I just thought to have that today. So you need to get a copy of this for yourself. Anything around financial literacy, that's the first thing you want to learn, you want to know about. So welcome, welcome in. And we're talking about ETF or real estate. Tap out the live, share out the live, invite your friends over. We know how we do it. We try to get to 10,000 taps within the first 10 minutes so that we can get on the FYP. And we're talking about ETFs or real estate. Yesterday was explosive. And my YouTube community, how are you? Welcome in. If you haven't clicked on the subscribe button, click on it, because we're talking about two most important tools that helps you to build wealth. Understanding that if all that you do with your income is you take it and you are basically just taking it and you're spending it on lifestyle liabilities, you're spending it on bills, we are just trading your life for bills. That's all that you're doing. And you're not going to build wealth. However, how do you build wealth? How you build wealth is by using some of these tools like ETFs, two of the ones that we're talking about today, like ETF, like real estate, because with like ETF, you can be able to double your money using the rule of 72. Judges, welcome in. Oliver, welcome in. Ibrahim, welcome in. Click on the tap button. Let's tap out the live. Let's get to 10,000 taps. We'll try to get to 10,000 taps in 10 minutes. And share the life. And Amira, welcome, welcome in. How are you doing? Let me know where you're connecting from. Are you team ETF or are you team real estate? Or you don't even know what we're talking about. You don't even know what ETF is. You don't know what real estate is. You don't know what rule of 72 is. You don't know what 1% rule is. Then you are in the right place. Welcome to the community of millionaires. We call this, whenever you see MDL, it is called the $1 Million League, right? It is not a million in another currency. We are talking about dollars, right? If your goal is to become a millionaire, then you are in the right place. You want to click on the follow button, click on the subscribe button. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm not a doctor of medicine. I'm a doctor of business, right? I don't wish I'm a doctor of medicine, because it was never my dream, right? I'm a doctor. I have a PhD, professional doctorate in business and in technology. I'm a vice president of technology. And of course, I teach AI cybersecurity as well as my day job. And I'm teaching this because I am trying to give back to as many people as possible to learn this financial literacy. And today we're talking about ETFs and real estate. Which one helps you build wealth? So for those that are just joining, comment, do you think which one builds wealth faster, ETF or real estate? Put it right there in the comments, ETF or real estate. Deborah, welcome in. Mrs. Edge, welcome in. Andres, welcome in. Rose the Trader, Nene, welcome in. And all my people in the YouTube community, welcome here. We have both the TikTok and the YouTube today because we are being productive. We're making sure that we're being productive. We are also ensuring more reach, right? Ensuring we have multiple community at the same time. I don't know that language, right? Church of Dealers. I don't know what that language is. So my YouTube community, make sure you click on the subscribe button if you have not. And we're talking about ETFs and real estate. Which one would help you build wealth faster? Which one is the wealth engine, right? Let's settle this tonight. If I had to start all over again and build wealth as fast as possible, would I choose ETF or would I choose real estate? Which one will I choose? Right? Put ETF or real estate. Put one if you want, you think ETF. Put two if you think real estate will build wealth faster. Who is team ETF? Who is team real estate? And let's tap out the live. Tap out the live, share out the live. Click the follow button because you are about to get to be part of the millionaires community. We call it $1 Million League. What people do not achieve in 45 years, a 20 to 65 working, working actively, we're saying that you're achieving it in 10 years or less by these strategies, by these tools. All you have to do is be coachable, follow the steps. How do I do life? Yes, I'm doing it right here. How are you doing? Subscribe, click the subscribe button, click the plus sign, and you will know how to do life right there. Click the subscribe button right there. So, because think about it, ETF or real estate, right? ETF or real estate. One is easier to start. One can create cash flow faster. Another one can scale differently, right? One builds wealth easier. For you to build wealth, it's easier for you to get started. The other one helps you with cash flow. So if you want money every single month, whereby you can replace your active income with a passive income or passive active income, one does that, and the other one help you to scale your wealth, right? Whereby you can retire early if that's your goal, right? And we're talking about ETF or real estate. And today we will also touch on something that was very important, that was very helpful yesterday, which was rule of 72. Then if you do not know rule of 72, then you want to stick around. Also, something called the 1% rule. Rule of 72 is on the ETF side. The 1% rule is also on it's on the real estate side. Then we also have something called rule of 25. So you're wondering how long it's going to take you to retire, right? How much do you need to retire? That is the rule of 25. So there's so many rules that you probably don't know. And these are things that might be the reason why, you're not building well. Because if you understand this better, you will start building well. Baby Saint, welcoming. Violet, welcoming. Let's tap out the live. Click on the follow button if you haven't done that. Connect as much as possible. So ETFs or real estate, which one are you? Put one if you're team ETF. Which one builds wealth faster? ETF or real estate? Put one if it's ETF, put two if real estate. Thank you for tapping out the live and sharing the live. Lara, thank you so much for doing that, right? One for ETF, two for real estate. One for ETF, two for real estate. We will try to get to 10,000 taps within the first 10 minutes. We appreciate all of the Go Populars to get us popular, right? And of course, get more people into this life. That's the only language the algorithm likes, right? That's what they understand. Tap out the live, click on the follow button, share out the live, and of course, the Go Populars help, and check the gift registry as well. And I did pin this book here because if you don't have a copy of it, you need to. If you're trying to build wealth and you don't have this book, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad, it costs you the minimum amount, which is $10.99, right? It's nothing, right? We spend it's no money. You want to get a copy of that. I tell you, it's life-changing. There's a reason why they say that. I have read this book multiple times. There's a reason why they say it celebrates as the #1 personal finance book. So you will be wondering, you want to build personal finance. Congratulations. Somebody clicked on the follow button. Lara, thank you so much for tapping out. Let's tap out the live. I've read this book over and over again, right? There's the one for teenager. My teenager is reading it as well. So you want to get a copy of it as the #1 personal finance book of all time. If I'm bringing this even before my own book, which is The Wealth Blueprint, A Path to Financial Freedom, then it tells you that there's something there, right? There's something there. Everybody knows this book. It's been around for over 20 years. So you want to get a copy of it, right? And start your personal finance journey. Summer is around the corner. Take this book, and I tell you, before the end of the year, you see the changes. Following the process, click the follow button, get the book, click the follow button. I tell you, your finances will be different in 2026. No fluff, no kidding. Now, let's back to the story of the day. What we are talking about: ETF or real estate. Team ETF, put 1. Team real estate, put 2. Which one do you think builds wealth faster? ETFs or real estate? 1 or 2? ETF or real estate? All right. Well, ETF or real estate. And thank you all for those that are just joining. We're talking about ETF or real estate, or you don't even know what ETF is. So let's put it to rest. What is ETF, right? What is ETF for those that are new to investing? And you might, Opal, yes. Opal, I got your message, by the way. Yes, I got your ETF. Okay, somebody said ETF. All right, ETF. Okay, perfect. Great. Awesome. So, and congratulations to the person that just made the purchase of that book. I know we have all been looking for it, but right there, I just thought to bring it because I talk about it every time. I never even put it right here, but this is the first time I'll put it right here. What is ETF? Okay, perfect. Click on the follow button. Join the family of millionaires. We are building $1 million. Oh yes, Opal, you are on a roll. You're buying. I tell you, that guy. I see you. You're getting to the top because the way you're doing it, you are just not even stopping. Congratulations to you, changing your finances and your personal finance. All right, because I tell you, whenever it's time to build wealth, you have to be intentional about it. Lara, thank you for tapping out the live. Opal and everyone tapping out the live. Let's share out the live, and of course, we're going to it. So somebody asked, what is ETF, right? And yes, and that's where I would start today. ETF is exchange traded fund, right? This is for people that are new here. If you have been following me, right, you would know, and now you already know what ETF is. ETF is exchange traded fund. What does this mean, right? Simply put, I'll keep it as simple as possible. Remember, I'm a professor. Simply put, you're buying individual stock versus basket of stocks. Individual stock versus basket of stock. And you're wondering, Dr. Lina, does it really matter if I buy it one and I decide to buy it plenty, right? I could buy one. How does it differentiate from when I buy it together in one fund? It's a lot different, right? It's a lot different because when you buy individual stocks, right, which is the one that's pretty popular. What is individual stock? For those that are, let's just go to ABC, right? Individual stocks is a way for you to invest in a company, right? So I'll give an example, and I will use it to also teach us from wealth coaching's perspective. The idea is, think about Apple. A lot of us, we upgrade our phone every single year. It's going to be August around the corner, September. They will launch another new phone, right? It happens every single year. They will launch another new phone. Maybe this time, the last one, it was orange, right? Orange. Maybe this time they will bring mint blue or mint green or yellow, and make it look like it's something new. But instead of you doing that, right, upgrading that phone, think about that money difference, right? You can say that instead of you buying, upgrading that phone, the money, that difference, you can say that, you know what, I want to invest in Apple itself. Apple is the maker of iPhone, okay? Apple is the maker of iPhone. What does this simply mean? It simply means that instead of you saying, I'm upgrading my phone, I am owning, you are changing yourself from the category of consumer to a category of ownership. If you are in the Western world or you are you are anywhere in the world, think about it. You would always, the owners, right? Think about the CEO of your company where you work as at today. You've traded 6.5 hours of your time today, right? Think about that. Oh, thank you so much for the roses eating that. And thank you for tapping out the live, Lara Roger. Now, think about how many hours you have worked today. Have you seen your CEO? No, Adam, welcome in, and everybody coming in. Thank you for tapping out the light. Think about your CEO coming. Your CEO. Your CEO is any way more. Like even the highest person, your who is the number one person, like the person that runs the operation, the owner of the company will earn 10 times. Data has it that the owner of the company will earn 10 times more than the highest paid employee. Owner of the company will earn 10 times. So it means that, what does that tell you? The earner or the owner of the company is always, when you move from the consumer category to the ownership category, I always, if there's anything you want to take out of here, is to think of how can you move from the ownership, move to the ownership category, either as an earner, move from earning to ownership. ETF is going to help you do that. And the other way is, or you move from a consumer to be an earner. Yeah, congratulations, welcome, thanks for the daily at me. And get your daily at me. Click on the follow button. Check if you have not clicked on the follow button. I know that happens every single time. You get locked in and you just totally forgot. Then tomorrow you'll be looking for me everywhere. Oh, where is that Dr. Lina? I can't even remember her name. So click on the follow button and join the $1 Million League. This is the $1 Million community right here. All right, see, Lara just remembered. Congratulations. Welcome to the $1 Million League. You just made a decision to become, in less than 10 years or less, to be a part of the millionaires. And let's keep tapping out the life. Let's share out the life. Invite your friends over. Thank you for doing that. Let's get it to 10,000 as quickly as possible. Look at the gift gallery. And of course, do go popular. That helps as well. Share out the life as well. So think about how can you move from, always think about how do you move to the ownership category, right? Owners category. Why? I'm not saying leave your job. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm a respecter. You see, I value that your income. Now, back to what we're saying with ETF. Now, whenever you are buying, with ETF, instead of you saying you are buying one stock of Apple, ETF tells you that buy multiple. Because think about it, with Apple, something can happen and stock of Apple falls. Maybe because of vulnerabilities. I made a vulnerability example yesterday. Let's use something like Coca-Cola. Maybe there's a batch that, all of a sudden people get poisoned and a lot of people landed in the hospital. What's going to happen? There's going to be litigation. People are going to boycott Apple, right? Coca-Cola, right? And what happens to the stock of Coca-Cola? The stock of Coca-Cola falls, okay? What's going to happen if you had just bought a single unit of Coca-Cola? It means that you would have lost money, right? Basically, because the stock is going down, you have invested in the stock, is going to go down. Now, back to my friend that asked the question. With ETF, whenever you buy, you would have Coca-Cola in the basket of whenever you make the purchase of an ETF. You have Coca-Cola. You have, what's the other one? You have Apple that we talked about. You will not only have that, you have NVIDIA. You have any other company, Toyota, right? You have so many companies that you are purchasing at the same time. You may like, okay, so what still? How does that impact anything? The thing about it is that, using the example I gave earlier, you can lose 100% of your money in this situation, 100%, because Coca-Cola can go down, Apple can go down, even NVIDIA can go down, chip can, whatever. For some reason, we don't need chip anymore. NVIDIA, as powerful as it is, might go down, right? But because with ETF, you spread your risk, right? You are spreading your risk across multiple. So when you make a single purchase, you are buying so many in that basket, all right? So for those people that said ETF, right? The question is, and I hope that answers your question. For the person that asked the question, I hope that answers your question. The person that asked the question, right? ETF is just a basket of stocks, basically. A basket of stocks. Now, think about it. ETF, back to the question, which is easier to start? Which one is easier to start? Are the kids okay? All you asked to do, that's the answer. I'm not sure what that means. I do not understand what you mean. I guess you're just trolling. Yeah. But if you're asking that the kids okay, absolutely, absolutely, that's great. They are great, awesome. But I hope yours are good too. Awesome. I love kids. You're building up to be oh, all right. Oh, nice, awesome. Well, maybe that's for you. Awesome. Great, 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 great. And please, awesome. Let's go straight into it. Which is easier to start? Which is easier to start? The first thing is people said ETF. Yes, absolutely. ETF is easier to start. ETF is easier to start. And all you, I'm going to mute you, okay, right there. Yeah, because you're just trolling right there. Awesome. Because we are serious people here. We do not play. We are intentional about building millions. Building wealth, it's not a child's play, right? We are being intentional. So no trolling here, no playing around, okay? Because like I said, I'm a vice president of technology. I'm just using my lunchtime to teach people. So we will not condone any form of play or any form of distraction or things that is going to be distracting us in here. People are here to build millions. Awesome. So ETF, right, is easy because it's low entry. You can start small with as little as $1. As little as $1, you start small. Okay? So it has easy entry compared to real estate. It's as with little amount you can start with real estate. You can automate it and set it and let it go. That's ETS for you. It's also very beginner friendly, right? If you want to know how to buy real estate, if you want to buy ETFs and all of that, you'll find the link in my bio, nestu.me/Money Talk with Dr. Lina, right there, and you'll be able to understand. You'll see it under smart investing, and you will understand everything. It's a self-paced course that you can actually take, and you'll be able to start buying. And I can give you 3 steps to buy. 3 steps or just top lines, but I'll still recommend that you go get the course if you want to do it. But 3 steps or 4 steps. Number 1, you open the account, right? You open a brokerage account. For those that are in Canada, Wealthsimple, right? And Questrade, that's a brokerage firm. It's not your regular bank account where you're going to, they're brokerage, they are investment houses. That's what they call them. In the United States, we have we have Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab's, we have Webull, we have Robinhood, we have Ameritrade, we have JP Morgan with Chase, we have Merrill Lynch, Merrill Edge with Bank of America. All right. So you can use any of those. Let's tap out the live. The cute Sammy, welcome in. Corner Keys, welcome in. Let's tap out the live. We're talking about ETF or real estate. Which one pays you better? JHQ Sherry, how are you? Stan, Corley, Simply Abby, Lola the Realtor. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Make sure you have connected by clicking the follow button. Check if you have not done that, so you are also a part of the $1 million community, a community that we're building that in 10 years or less for you to get to that $1 million status, following the principle of this place. Welcome in. Share out the live. Invite your friends over. And to share out the live, just press my forehead on the screen. You see your contacts come on, and you will share with all of them. Let's keep tapping out the live. Just press the screen like this. Just tap. It costs you nothing. And then if you want to go a level further, right? You want to go a step further, all you have to do is basically, get your daily at me, right? I always say is the best return on investment, right? We talk about investment right here. The best return on investment on TikTok, because one cent, 1 penny, right? You will get 30 points, right? Make sure you claim it before we go out on this live. So that's how it works. And somebody asked a question. Are those brokerage accounts international or just national oriented, ma'am? Yes, Simply Abby. See, I'm talking about in different countries. They are, and I want to understand what you mean, because for Canada, this brokerage firm is just like a bank, right? It's situated for that country. However, you can buy ETF, you can buy any asset for internationally. So the account in itself, when you open it, it's going to be your local country, whatever, right? And that's why you see me call different countries, right? But then for you to buy the assets, so for ETFs that we're talking about, individual ETFs, I'm going to give you one or two that is going to help you get started. For individual ones, you can buy any of it. You can buy it from that account. So think about it. Your brokerage firm is almost like your bank account, but on the investment side. Basically, that's what it is. But then it's just like to put money, you put money in there, then to now buy what you want to buy, right? You can buy it in anything internationally. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. So if you're in the UK, trading 212 is there for Oleps, welcome in. Chi Kago, welcome in. And thank you for the daily at me. Welcome when you Gua, welcome in. Overdue, simply happy, welcome in. And everyone that is here today. How are you all doing? We're talking about ETFs or real estate. And I also have this book pinned here, Reach That Word, that make sure you get, if there's anything you're not even doing today, make sure you get that book. If I'm not talking about my own ebook, which is the Wealth Blueprint, the Path to Financial Freedom, and I have this book here, trust me, it helps you. I need a house in Minnesota. Okay, yeah, connect with me. We know how we connect. Oleps. Yeah, we know how we connect. I need to check with my. We'll talk about real estate soon, and we'll get there. Awesome. So, what was I saying? So, open the account. If you're in the UK, there's Trading 212. I want a brokerage account that doesn't limit me to be resident in the US only. I had recent. Are you in the US? Simply Abby, are you in the US? What country? State the country that you're in, and I'll tell you the brokerage firm. Because it doesn't have to. I'm not sure what you mean by limit. Yeah, you are in the US, so yes, there you can. Okay, you are in the US, but what ETF do you want to buy? Right? What ETF do you want to buy? All right. So ETF, so open the account. If you're in the UK, Trading 212 is there for you. If you're in Canada, Wealthsimple, and of course, Wealthsimple and what's the other one? Questrade. If you're in the US, I mentioned Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab's, right? I also mentioned Robinhood, Wealthsimple, not Wealthsimple, Weibo, right? JP Morgan with Chase, and of course, Merrill Lynch, Merrill Edge with Bank of America. There's Ameritrade. There's so many of them. If you're in Africa, you're in Nigeria, right? There is Stanbic IBTC. There is Bamboo. There is Investment One. There are so many of them, right? Or just simply go on Google and just check brokerage firm, right? Top investment accounts or whatever, and you're in Europe as well. Trading 212 is also available, the rest of the Europe area as well. So any of that, just open the account, right? Open the account. Now, simply Abby, back to your question. Now, when you open the account here, is it that if you want to, so if you are in Nigeria, for instance, you open a Bamboo account. The second thing is that you want to fund your account. That's the next thing. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Get your daily at me. Look at the gift gallery. Get your daily at me right there, and make sure you share the live with your friends and family. I'm new to this channel. Is this a channel just about Nigeria? No, we are not scamming here. This is not about. Here is about building wealth. Okay, this is the $1 million league, right? We are building generational wealth. That's what we're doing here. And as a matter of fact, I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I'm a vice president of technology, in AI professor, AI cybersecurity professor as well. Somebody is just talking, and I always need to shut that down. But so good to have you. Make sure you click on the subscribe button on the YouTube site as well. So Oleps, thank you so much for reposting, and everyone. Awesome. Now, we've talked about that. Now, if you're in any country, you can buy the ETF, right? You can buy, and once you have open your account, fund the account is the next thing. Connect your bank account and put the money, or simply just deposit the money in the investment account. Basically, simple as that. Because you want to buy it, you have to have the money to buy the ETF. Now, when you buy then the next thing, so step number 1, open the account. 2 is fund the account. 3 is now buy the ETF. Now we talked about ETF. What is ETF? ETF is exchange traded funds, like I said, right? Exchange traded fund is the basket of stocks. So you're not buying individual stocks, you are buying you're buying a basket of stocks. So companies like Nvidia, and a very popular one that I always talk about, we don't have time for scamming when we can do things like absolutely yes, thank you for saying that. We do not. This is not we do not. We don't even do things like fix and flip. We're not even talking about that. We're not talking about individual stocks. We're not even talking about what's the other one, options trading, day trading, and penny stock. We don't even talk about that. We talk about solid things where we build generational wealth. And because here is the community of millionaires, there's a reason why we call it MDL. That is $1 Million League. You want to be a part of millionaires, click on the follow button, click on the subscribe button. That's what we do here. Community of genuine individuals that are here to build wealth that goes beyond the Sleepy Happy, congratulations, and Trinity, congratulations. Welcome to the community of millionaires in less than 10 years, what people do not achieve in 45 years, working from age 20 to 65. What they do not achieve, that's what we are achieving. And you're thinking that millionaires are from another planet. You have met one today. And if your goal is that you want the right person to lead you, congratulations to both of you that have just clicked on that. And you are taking chances and opportunity available for you, trusting and making me your wealth coach to get you to that destination. Congratulations to both of you. All right. So open the account, fund the account, and then you now say, okay, now I funded the account. So Dr. Lina, what is next, right? What is next? The next thing is for you to make the purchase. That's why we set something low entry. If you can start small, even with how much do you need to fund? Even if it's $1. Gone are the days when you say, oh, I need a lot of money. That's why I'm not investing. I have to be rich before I start investing. Gone are those days. Yeah. All right. See, Olebs is saying it. Olebs is congratulations, Olebs. I'm glad. I don't know why I cannot pin you, Olebs. Right. See, that is, you need to see her there. She's a therapist, right? She is a therapist. She started following some weeks ago, right? And then she opened the account already, and she's had a 401k, 403b, 4 whatever. Olex has already opened all of the accounts and she's already winning. This is less than a month, right? Right there, you have it right there. So I don't know what you're waiting for. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. You don't have to be, a mental health practitioner as her, right? Making a lot of money. You don't have to be her. You can start with wherever you have. That's what $1. That's the beauty of investing, right? Donovan, welcome to the Millionaires community. Welcome here. Really, really happy that we are all taking chances on our money, because whatever I'm teaching here, we were not taught in the college. We were all taught to earn. We were not taught to build wealth. They're two different things. Building wealth is different from earning. Earning is you work to 65, you still not get to $1 million. And I'll prove it to you in a bit. I'll prove it. I showed it yesterday and people were like, oh, okay, but let me go through this flow first, right? So real estate, open the account, fund the account, and of course, then you make the purchase, right? You make the purchase. Even with $1, you can start investing. $1, right? So what then do you buy? You buy ETFs. You are not buying individual stock. ETF is a basket of stocks, right? You have the very popular one, S&P 500, right? If you have never heard of S&P 500, now you've heard about it. Now you know about ETFs, right? Now you know the accounts to open. S&P 500 is top 500 companies, right? Top 500 companies in the United States. Now you might be like, okay, but I'm not in the United States. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is you have opened the account. You can buy the asset from anywhere. You can buy the ETF from anywhere, basically. That's it. You can buy it from anywhere. And by the way, the book that I have pinned here, Rich Dad Poor Dad, it will tell you something. It will tell you assets, right? It has, you can only see income. Can you see right there? Expense, income, assets, liabilities, right? That's why I talk about this book. That's why one of the reasons, asset, income, liabilities. when you put your money towards assets, you would see that you are building wealth, right? You no longer trade your time for money, right? So once you have once you have the account open, you funded the account. S&P 500 is one example, one type of ETF. There are so many, there are hundreds and thousands of ETFs, right? But S&P 500 is very popular. Why is it popular? S&P 500 has returned averagely for the past 40 years, 50 years. Remember, 50 years. I was not even born 50 years ago. 50 years. It averagely returned more. It has returned between 8 to 12%. And you're wondering, 8 to 12%. 8 to 12% is nothing. It's not a lot of money. 8 to 12%. Let me show you something. All right. Okay. Let me show you something so that you understand. There's something called the rule of 72. And I talked about this yesterday. Rule of 72. There's something called the rule of 72. Rule of 72 is the rate. Who wants to know rule of 72? Put 1 in the comment. If you want to know the rule of 72, put 1 in the comment. You want to know about the rule of 72. Put 1. I want to know how many people wants to know the rule of 72. 1. Okay. Who else wants to know the rule of 72? Because the minute you understand the rule of 72, it's going to change your Trinity wants to know. Who else wants to know? Put 1. I want to see at least 10 ones. At least 10 ones, then we'll talk about it. The rule of 72. And you understand, even with 8%, the reason why, okay, the cute Sammy wants to know, okay, more ones. I want to see more ones. Who wants to know the rule of 72? Put 1 in the comment. And my YouTube community, put 1 as well. All right. Rule of 72. It simply means how long does it take your money to double? And let's start out the, like, can we get it to 5,000? Get your daily at me. Check if you have not clicked the follow button as well, connect button. Make sure you have connected because you don't want to miss this. Trust me, by the time I'm done, right, you would understand that I do not even need to tell you, right? Because there's so many things that you're going to learn today that people are paying thousands of dollars for and you're getting for free. Now, remember I said S&P 500 has returned averagely 8 to 12% in the past 40, 50 years. So you have data right there. And you can go on Google. I always say things. Somebody just said, are we talking about Nigerian scam or whatever? Maybe because you see me, right? People are quick to judge. I'm a Nigerian American, right? And Nigerians are one of the amazing people, it's intelligent and smart people ever, right? There are people that do scams, but here it is not about scam. Here is serious business, right? It's serious business, people building wealth. So if you want to build wealth, this is what this is about. And I will show you. Now, instead of people and for people doing scam as well, these also, for people doing scam, I tell you, you need to stop. And that's why I need to show you this as well. Because if you understand this, you understand that there's no reason to do illegal things. There's no reason. Do it the right way and build wealth, right? Right? Do it. And I'm not even build the, yeah, I'm a Nigerian American. You are not Olebs, really. I thought you were Nigerian, right? Build, you know, build the wealth the right way, okay? So if you understand this, I just said S&P 500 return 8 to 12%. I will take 10%. Rule of 72. What is rule of 72? Rule of 72 is the rate at which your money double, okay? Simple put, rate at which your money double. So think about it. Money doubles in when, yeah? You have $100,000. You want to double that money, right? How long is it going to take you to double? Simple. Take your calculator, and I want you to do this with me. Take 72. What is the rate of return? I talked about S&P 500, right? Top 500 companies in the United States as an example of ETF. It has returned 8 to 12% in the past 40 years, averagely, right? Also, you can go on Google, take another device, and check, back check, since they call somebody called scam here. Back check whatever thing I'm saying, right? How many S&P 500, what has it returned in the past 40 years, in the past 30 years, averagely? And put it in the comment and say that, Dr. Lina, you lied, all right? Go and check it. I always say trust but verify. A lot of nonsense on this, on the social media. I'm not one of those, right? So go check it and confirm to me that, Dr. Lina, you lied. It has not returned that. But I can tell you, because I had my data right, 8 to 12% is 8 to 12%, 8 to 12% is what it has returned in the past 30, 40, averagely in the past 30, 40 years, right? 50 years as well. Now, let's take the median or mean in between 10%. So I said the rule of 72. The rule of 72 is the rate in Nigeria. They're so stubborn and won't learn to speak clearly. Oh, that's good for you, right? But you are here, right, to come and learn from the same group of people, right? No hate here. There is diversity. The diversity and the differences is what makes us beautiful, okay? The diversity, we don't see colors, we don't see differences. I don't see that. I don't see any differences. There's no Jews, there's no Gentile, right? Every one of us are equal and we're all the same. No colors, no differences. So you can bounce out God's, unfortunately, you even have it as God warrior, right? How come you see someone is different, right? It's just so shocking, right? You need to change your mindset, but know that I love you and God loves you better, right? Yes, we are all equal. Awesome. Now you're saying click on the follow button if you have not done that. Click on the follow button. I love you already. You are my brother in Christ. Awesome. Because you understand that better. You understand that better. Awesome. Perfect. Now let's go back to the rule of 72, right? See, he just joined the family of the $1 Million League. Congratulations. And if somebody that just said that, right? You know that I have so much love to give. So, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? This is my lunchtime, right? So you can, or if you are still waiting on the sideline and you have not clicked on Pretty Boy, just follow the family of the millionaires. Congratulations to you as well. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Yeah, we are diversity. I love diversity and inclusion, right? The differences is what brings about beauty. If you see an organization and everybody thinks in the same direction, it will not move forward. It's the differences that makes us beautiful. Click on the follow. Awesome. Perfect. Now, rule of 72, back to what we were saying. 72, rule of 72. Yeah, 72. So take 72, number 72, divided by the rate of return. 72 divided by how much? Your rate of return on S&P 500 is 8 to 12%. I said, okay, I'm not going to take the lower. I'm not going to take the 12 to 12%. Let's take the middle, right? Middle. That's fair, right? We agree that that's fair. 10%. So take 72 divided by 10, and I want you to also do the same thing. Take another gadget, take your calculator. Divided by 10, 7.2. So 7.2 years is what is going to take your money to double. And you'll be like, oh my God, 7.2 years is a long time. This is why African Americans are so suspicious of continental whatever. And see, here is about making money. I'm not going to attend to any form of 72 divided by the rate of return. 7.2 years. 7.2 years. Yes, you said down. Yes, God's warrior. I see. It's about mindset. By the time we are done, now that you are followed, now you are part of this community, your mindset will be very positive. It's going to be half cup full, not half cup empty. I always start with the mindset shift. And I'm glad you'll be my best friend. You'll be at the end of the day. 7.2 years. That takes a long time. Yeah, I agree. However, if you put the same, let's do the same thing. We do the same thing. If you put your money in the bank, your bank right now, your savings account, how much returns are you getting? Your savings account, how much returns are you getting? Your savings account, how much returns are you getting? I get 0.01% if anybody cares to share. So let's do the same thing. 0.01. Okay, thank you, Olet. 72 divided by 0.001. Let's even went 0.001. It's going to see 72,000 years. That's what is going to take your money to double. So whenever you see me that say that your savings will never make you rich. See, my friend God Warrior just said 7.2 years, right? It's a long time. It's sad, right? But guess what? If your money is seated in the bank, this is not me. Yeah, this is not me. 7.2 years. 72 years is what it takes. 72 years is what it takes. It means that God Warrior. So it means that how many years? So whenever you have money in your bank account, your money is not growing, right? You will not build wealth. It's not a cost. You won't build wealth, right? We won't build wealth. because now you know the rule of 72 and you can do it for yourself. Now, since my friend, since my friend, since my friend since my friend said 7.2 years is a long time. Now go on Google, take another device. What did S&P 500 return last year? What did S&P return last year? I can tell you it was 18%. VOO returned about 18.1. IVV returned about 17.9, or if I could mix it up. There's SPY that returned about the same thing, right? Almost about the same thing. All of that, they returned that last year. So let's take the average. The average they returned, S&P 500 returned 18%. Now let's use the S&P 500 again. I mean, the rule of 72 again. 72 divided by 18%. How many years? 4 years. For those people, for the person that is saying that, still talking about Nigeria is a scam, this is, you go and take your book and read and open your mind, right? This is the data for you. 4 years, right? God's warrior, 4 years is better, right? 4 years is better, right? Let's now take, because last year, remember I said it's average, right? Because it did 18% last year. Doesn't mean that it's going to do 18% next year. It could do 14%. It could do 32%. That's why there's something called average, right? Think about it, average. Average for the past 10 years, and take your calculator, right? Take your gadget, right? Take your gadget and check this, right? Always back check. Always trust but verify. Always say trust but verify. Okay? In the past 10 years, S&P 500 has returned, and I opened some of it has returned averagely between 14 to 15%. So I have data for 10 years ago, for the past averagely 10 years. I have data for the past 30, 40 years. And please, if anything I'm saying here is wrong, or you checked it and you did not see it there, please put in the comments. Call me out right now. Call me out right now, right? Call me out right now if everything, what is the average of S&P 500 in the past 10 years? What is the average of S&P 500 in the past 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, average, right? What was the return last year? And click on the follow button, click on the subscribe button, tap out the live, get your daily at me right there. Click on the Go Populars, right? Click on the Go Populars. At least now you understand, because we are building a community of millionaires, a community of people that are building millions in less than 10 years, 1 million in 10 years or less. And these are some of the strategies that we are going to be using. Thank you so much for the Go Populars. These are some of the strategies that we're going to be using, right? And if you understand it, that's why I'm teaching you to fish, not to give you fish. If I give you fish, you will make mistakes, right? When things does not go the right way, you will find an error, right? But if you learn how to fish, you will be able to do it yourself. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's get it to 10,000 likes. All right. So now let's talk about 14 to 15%. That's what it has returned. And nobody has said no, right? Everybody is confirming what I'm saying. S&P 500 returned 14 to 15% in the past 10 years, averagely. 14 to 15%. So let's take the same calculator. 72, using the rule of 72, divided by, let's do 15 years, and then we'll do 14 years. 4.8 years, right? So it means that, let's do 14.5 since it's just the average, right? 14.5. So 72 divided by 14.5. So 4.9. So it means 5 years. Now, back to my God warrior. Are you still here? I hope you're still here. Olebs. Now let's talk about it. The cute Sammy, God warrior, the cute Sammy, everyone here, get rich with Dr. Lina. Simply Abby, Opal, God's warrior, Ajay, Power Investment, Trinity, Cooley, Pretty Boy, Enigma, Emeka, Guador, Fairly, JHQ Sherry, AI Stan, Real Pally, and everyone on TikTok, and everyone on the YouTube side, right? So think about it. 4.9%. That is, let's say 5%. I mean, 5 years. It means that your money is doubling in 5 years using a data S&P 500, S&P 500, okay, S&P 500 in the past, So it means that your money. So let's say that you have $10,000, right? Let me tell you the reason why I say $10,000, right? $10,000 is $27 a day. $10,000 is $27 a day, which is what some people spend on coffee. Some people spend it on TT Street without thinking every single day. Some people spend it on lunch every day, $27. That's what it takes for you are looking for how to blow $10,000, right? So it is still long for you. Well, then this is not the community for you, God's warrior, because we are building solid wealth. We're building, this is not get rich quick scheme, okay? Get rich quick scheme. So think about it. If you take your money, you double it every 5 years. There's something called power of compounding, and I'll tell you, $10,000 every 5 years, your money becomes, your first 5 years, right? Your money becomes $20,000, right? The next 10 years, the next 5 years, it becomes your 10,000, no other dollar added. Your 10,000 becomes $40,000. Your 10,000 becomes $40,000 in year 10. In year 15, your $10,000 becomes $80,000. You did not add any other thing to it. $80,000. Then year 20, your $10,000 becomes $160,000. Now think about it. If you do this every single year, you say that, you know what, that my $27 that I spend every single day, that I'm spending on lunch, I'm spending on coffee, I'm buying things that I don't need. I am saving this $27 every single day, and that's $10,000. That $10,000, and I do it for 10 years. That's $100,000. $100,000 using the same principle. In 5 years, your 100,000 is going to become what? 200,000. Your 100,000 is going to be 400,000 in year 10. Then after that, your year 15, your $100,000 is going to become what? It's going to become $800,000. And who is going to tell me by year 20 that your 100,000 is going to be what? Somebody puts it in the comment. Then I'll try to pin it. Somebody put it in the comment. How much is your 100,000 going to be by year 20 using an S&P 500? How much is it going to be? Year 5, every 5 years, based on the rule of 72, your money doubles. So how many years, Zip, how are you? Make sure you have connected. Make sure you have connected so that I never liked math. So the result is 1.6 million. 1.6 million. You started with $100,000. You actually started with $27. You did this consistently for 10 years. So tell me, it's not 130,000. It's going to be 1.6 million. 1.6 million. And you're wondering, why are some people, low income earners, like teachers, how come they have become millionaires? This is the strategy that they use. Because they are patient. They are not like my friend God's warrior that wants something right now, wants to become rich right now. They are not like the Zip that never trust, right? This is power of compounding. That's why they call it the power of compounding. They say the compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. That's why I needed to break it down like this for you. So that you can, trust me, it doesn't have to be $27 every day. If all you have is $1 a day, that is $30 in a month. Put it there. Use the rule of 72. Understand it. Know your numbers. How much do you want at retirement? You want 100,000 at retirement. How much does it mean? How much do you need to build? It takes you 45. That's 45 years to get to retirement, right? Or whatever. But do you know the numbers? As a matter of fact, my latest post on TikTok, on everywhere, it is your numbers. How much does it look? How much 7K way to go? Okay. How much does it take you to actually get, what do you need in retirement? Do you need $1 million? That's why you see teachers, you see, police officers, firefighters, you see some of these people that earn less than $100,000. They retire a millionaire because they consistently do the same thing every single month. So you're wondering, so Dr. Lina, how do you buy this? Or how do you go this way, this route? You are convinced now, you know that, okay, it is, you need to just do, you need to be consistent, right? Consistency. You can do $10,000 a year. You can do $5,000 a year. $5,000 a year, it means that you have about $14, right? 27 divided by 2, right? That's how much? $13, $14, right? That's how much you need every single day. Or you can say that, okay, you know what? I can't do that. I need $2,500. That's all I can do. That's about $7 a day. And you say that I don't have $7 a day. But guess what? You are taking coffee every single day. Or you can simply go to Costco or go to the store and buy the pots and do the same thing. So at times, it's simple habit changes that will bring that same investment that you are looking for. You don't have to do something illegal. You don't have to have all the money to start investing. Just start from where you are at. My king, welcome in. And let's tap out the live. Get your daily admin. Check if you have not connected. If you've been sitting here for the past 5 minutes and you found this valuable and you have not, you have not scrolled, then it means that you want to change something about your finances. Make sure you click the follow button and join the $1 Million League. This is a community of millionaires. These are one of the strategies that we're using to build wealth. As a matter of fact, this is one of the strategies that I've used, right? I did it in the traditional way, which is buy individual stocks. And of course, I lost $99,000 6 years ago. And this is real. And that's when I started looking, where does the wealthy put their money? How come the wealthy people, you can also go and check it. Where does the wealthy put their money? Go and check people like Warren Buffett. Just go and do a bit of research. What sort of they call him, a book I carry with me up to this day, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yes, right there. See, I'm glad somebody is even saying that. My king, welcome in. Click on the follow button if you haven't done that. Welcome in. You are developer. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, you should get a copy of this book. Even my teenager, there's the teenager one that is available as well. Let them read. Even if you're in your 50s or 60s and you think you don't have so much time again in the market, investing, you can still invest, but let your children start. Like my children, my son is a teenager already, is an authorized user on a credit card. He's already funding his Roth IRA. As a matter of fact, he's going to be working as a lifeguard because he's a good swimmer. As a lifeguard this summer, all of that money, where is it going? Roth IRA, investment. That's how you start them early. All right, because it's about $100 for using the compound interest calculator. $100 every single month. Just do it for even 20 years. You will get to that $1 million status at retirement. And that's how you do it, right? But even if you're in your older age, right, and you think that, okay, you know what, I did not learn this, it is not too late. Just do whatever you can. And if you are waiting and you're thinking that, but there's going to be Social Security. I laugh. Yeah, I'm laughing because that might not be available at your own time. But then if you also think that, yes, I'm investing so much in my children. Yes, and my children will be my retirement plan. Yeah. I trust and I pray that my children will do, right? But it's going to be on top, right? Enough of us believing that, okay, our children are now going to be, but they also, do you know the prices of houses now? Because by that time, the cost of living is going higher. There's inflation. Inflation is at 3.8% right now. As of 3 weeks ago, it was at 3.3%. Inflation is the rate at which you are losing your money. That's how much that your money that is in the bank, on top of the fact that 72,000. The children have their own responsibility. So that's why you need to take care of yourself. Prepare for your future. Open your 401k. Open your Roth IRA. Make sure that you have your brokerage account. Have your HSA. HSA is health savings account. People miss that a lot. Make sure you have all these 4 accounts, and these three, you save your health savings account, your retirement, and your Roth IRA. Those are for your future, right? Those are for your retirement, right? And of course for your health, right? But then also have the other one, the brokerage account, which is for now, that is going to help you double your money. So you have more than enough. I call something delayed gratification. A lot of us, we want to look rich. That's why somebody was saying, oh, you know what, 5 years is a long time, right? And I'm not calling it out. I mean, if there's other ways, a lot of people want get rich quick scheme. But guess what? In the little slow and steady would win the race. It's not slow. I just really tell you right now. In another currency, right? I only put in 4 million, right? About in less than how many years ago? Today, it is over 40 million. I wish it was in dollars. Yeah, he's not, right? But but guess what? The same thing, it can happen in dollars. But it's a function of you putting money consistently. Little money here, little money there, but importantly, make sure that you are consistent about it. What is going to help you drive consistency? Automation, discipline. That's what is going to help you drive consistency. Let's tap out the life check for those that are here, right? And you are enjoying this. Now you've learned rule of 72. You've learned about ETF. You know that $1 is what it takes to, it adds up. $1 is what it takes you to start even investing. Make sure you're tapping out the light. Click on the follow button. I know a lot of time it happens to me every time. I'm in somebody's life, especially when it comes to teaching, I forget to click on the follow button, and then I'm looking for the person later. You want to make sure that you have clicked on the connect and the follow button so that you don't miss out on what we're building here. Community of millionaires, $1 million league. That's what you see. MDL, that's $1 million league, a league of millionaires. We are building wealth in less than 10 years, getting to $1 million in less than 10 years, in 10 years or less, basically 10 years or less, using ETF, using real estate, using so many other strategies, right? Buying businesses. Who says you cannot buy McDonald's? Who says all that you should be doing in McDonald's is eat fries because you like the fries? Why not buy it? Why not? Right? Or what's that your favorite place? Make sure that if you want to do that, make sure you have clicked the follow button. Make sure you're tapping out the live. Share out the live. Invite your friend. Don't be the only one. Don't be selfish, right? Don't be selfish. Make sure that you do that. And that's part of the things. I teach 4 pillars of wealth creation. This is an entire academy. So you want to build wealth? This is an entire academy where we talk about how can you increase your income. Smart investing, because now that you have the money, you delay the gratification. Income is here, expense is here. This gap is your wealth builder. You put it into smart investing, which is what I just described. Something like the rule of 70. Put it in an S&P 500, right? Or put it in any form of ETF that is growing. Moto, welcome in. It's been a minute, right? You put it right there, and then it grows. And as it's growing, you want to build the capital, right? And you put it into real estate. Real estate is what I call the wealth engine. It's the wealth accelerator. Why do I say that? I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio, right? I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio right there. So it tells you, if I tell you, and I've been investing for close to 2 decades. I've been in corporate America for close to 2 decades. So I've been investing for so long, right? So anyways, back to, let me just complete the flow. Open your account, right? Have your fund the account, buy ETF, S&P 500, example S&P 500, or 3 that I talk about. There's the VOO, IVV, SPY. These 3, the difference between the 3 of them, right? The difference between the 3 of them is who manages the fund, who owns the brokerage, right? Who owns the brokerage? The brokerage firm is, for VOO, it is owned and managed by Vanguard. SPY is managed by State Street. State Street, that's another brokerage firm. And of course, IVV is managed by BlackRock. There are three different ones. But guess what? What do they have in they have top 500 company stocks. So what are the stocks? Companies like Nvidia, companies like Microsoft, companies like Google, companies like Meta. Those are top companies but the top 500 companies, the top 500 companies in the United States at point in time. What do I mean by point in time? It means that number is being recycled every single quarter. What does that mean? It means that if you are not performing well and you can fall off the top 500 companies, they're looking at their assets, they're looking at their liability, they're looking at their goodwill, they are looking at litigation, they're looking at everything, income, expense, everything, cash and cash equivalent, their cash flow statement, they're looking at everything. And that is what determines if they still remain as part of S&P 500. So you can fall off 500 and it has returned, and that tells you the reason why the multimillionaires, I'm not saying the millionaires, I know what I'm saying, multimillionaires and the billionaires have their money in ETF and index funds, because there's something that is putting all this company under pressure to perform. That's it. So you are putting your money in the best of the best. That's why it can have track record up to 40, 50 years of average returns. That's why 10 years, between the past 10 years, it could have returned 14 to 15%. Last year returned 18%. Right now it has all-time high. And then once you buy that, right? You just put the whatever ticker symbol, buy it. Now, is S&P 500 the only ETF? No. We have hundreds and thousands of them. You can buy the entire US stock market like a VTI. You can buy the entire international VXUX. You can decide to buy technology. You can buy energy. You can buy so many. You can buy real estate ETF. Let's tap out the live. Can we get it to 10,000? I know we are all locked in. Share out the live. We'll soon be wrapping up. And I think later, I've talked about ETF in 2 days on a row now. But next time, we'll talk about real estate. So we're talking about ETF and real estate, right? ETF and real estate. Which one builds wealth faster? Thank you, Rena Paula. Thank you for tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live as well. Press my forehead. Invite your friends over in the screen. Press the forehead. Invite your friends over. And then come and learn, right? How long does it take to double your money? Let's tap out the live. Share out the live. Invite your friends over. Check if you have not clicked the follow button. Make sure you are clicking the follow button right there. All right. Okay. So perfect. And Olebs, were you requesting to come up? I'm not sure because I saw you request. Oh, the health up. Welcome. Thank you for the repost. Okay. So ETF, right? Once you have that account open, like I said, with $1 you can buy $1, but don't do $1. We are not doing $1, right? We are not doing $1. Because that coffee that you are buying every day, I know everybody already knows. Mine was smoothie. I'm not a coffee lover, so it's easy for me. But that your coffee, it's not even $1. It's $5 or $7. Yeah. How often are you on here? I am here every 12:30 through 12:30 or 1, but that might change because school is over tomorrow, so I might change the timing. So you want to click on the follow button, get your daily admin, and not follow button. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so you know when I'm here. And we also have on Sundays, we have family and finance. We talk about everything finance. As a matter of fact, we're talking about how to increase your income, building other skills on Sunday. And Dr. Fatima is going to be talking about scholarships. Dr. Fatima is an admission. She's a director of admissions and scholarships, I think UCLA, in California. So she's coming to teach us that, how can you want to go for your PhD, you want to go for your master's, or your kids are just going to college, right? We talk about family and finance. The other day we talked about money in marriage, the discussion people never want to talk about. Last week we talked about in-laws, right? How extended family expenses, how does it impact the family? So issues in the family when it relates to finance, right? Every member of the family, husband, wife, the children, right? How does the finances impact? And that's what we have on Sunday at 8 p.m. But I am here. I try to be here. This is my lunchtime. Try to be here between 12 and 1 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Awesome. So having said that, open the account, fund the account, right? Open the account if you're in the US, Fidelity, Schwab's, Vanguard, Weibo, Robinhood, Ameritrade, JP Morgan with Chase. In Canada, Wealthsimple, Questrade. In the UK or in Europe in general, Trading 212. If you're in Africa, anywhere in Africa, you're in Nigeria, Stanbic IBTC, because I'm a Nigerian American, Stanbic IBTC, Bamboo, what's the other one? Investment One. And as a matter of fact, where am I filming from? I'm in Texas. You can, so any of that, and I know that Bamboo because I have Gambians, I have Zambians, I have Kenyans, I have all of my African community. I have them in here as well. So they confirm that there is bamboo in their country as well. So I think bamboo is everywhere. And I know Stanbic IBTC is in South Africa, is in so many other African countries as well. But then once you open that account, fund the account, because if there's no money, there's nothing to invest. That's why, if there's no money, nothing to invest. And then once you have your money in the account, the next thing you want to do is start with S&P 500. Just even start with that. Start with $5. Don't wait. Just do it today. Open the account today and get it started. A lot of times there is procrastination. Procrastination is the thief of investing. I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next tomorrow. I will do it. As a matter of fact, we made sure we had a smart investing workshop where we made sure everybody, it was free, but registration was just required, right? We was free, and we made sure that everybody opened their account, right? Everybody opened their account, right? So once you open your account, you don't need to, I'm not taking anything from you. I'm not involved. S&P 500, I'm not working right now. Then just working is the first thing. You have to, except you have an inheritance or you have one jackpot, there's need for money to start investing. You open your account. I'm not going to touch it. Simply go and Google and check top, what's it called? Top investment companies or top brokerage, and just simply check, look at the one that works for you, look at the review and check that, it is SEC insured, is social, what's it called, security exchange protected, such that you don't lose your money. Just like we have FDIC on the bank side, there's the group of people, right? There is the group of, oh yes, that's when I started investing right there. Opal, congratulations. Oh yeah, that's where you start investing. I'm glad. And it's not just you. Ole started investing as well then. Ole started. I am glad that people are executing. It's one thing that you put in all of this effort, right? And people are still not doing it. People are executing, and that was the purpose of the workshop. You want to do the same thing, you will find the link in my bio, nestu.4, you'll see it in my bio right there, and you can follow the same step. Hey, Christ in, welcome in. Mayalistic, thank you so much for the roses. Thank you all for coming in. We'll soon be wrapping up. We're talking about ETF real estate. Oh, thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you taking actions. Click on the follow button if you have not. I'm so proud of you. Opal, I am so pretty. Hey, pretty mama, how are you? Thank you so much for connecting. What about IULs? They pay more. IUL is always, trust me, you are not the first person that talks about this every day. Right now, I am in the family of, I stick with Dave Ramsey on this one. When it comes to IUL, I stick with Dave Ramsey. Keep insurance different. Keep your invest differently. That's it, right? Insurance different, whatever different. Right now, when because I do not have IUL, I tell you what I do. I don't tell you what I don't do, because I do not do IUL. So if you do IUL, and there's the story about IUL, they'll say if they do it wrong for you, it depends on there's the success and the failure rate. The failure is if your agent doesn't set it up right. and success when they said it right. So how do you know the agent that said it right if you do not know it? So that's the reason that I do not talk about IUL. So for now, for my community and for the $1 Million League team, right? What we are doing is we are having investment separate, we are having insurance separate, right? That's what we are doing. We are taking care of the two. Then once I will be the scapegoat, let me go and try the IUL. Let's find a good agent that understands it and we know that it's working. I'll run it maybe for 3 months. If I see that it makes sense, then I'll come back and tell you, oh, this thing actually makes sense. Then you can start investing. But I cannot tell what I have not tried. Okay? All right, Martin, welcome in, and everyone. Make sure you get a copy of the Rich Dad Poor Dad. This is, if there's any way for you to get started, the easiest for you. 10,000. $10 is nothing. As a matter of fact, get my ebook as well, The Wealth Blueprint, A Path to Financial Freedom. You'll find it in my bio, nestu.com/MoneytalkwithdrLina. And so open the account, fund the account, buy the S&P 500. We have so many more. You want to know which one, how many more, right? Which one did you do buy again, right? You want to know way more. I teach you Wi-Fi password. Congratulations and welcome to the $1 Million League. Yes, this is the League of Millionaires, trying to build wealth. We are working towards building wealth in less than 10 years. $1 million, right? If that's your goal, or you are already there, or you want to scale to multi-million, right? Then you are in the right community, right? And at least now I can motivate you, because if you are looking for 1 millionaire, at least you have found one today, right? And all you have to do, I am just teaching you exactly what I do, so that you can also do the same thing. Yes, and he just got his daily at me. Make sure you turn on the notification bell, and welcome to the community. Welcome to the community. You are changing your story. All right. So having said that, you have opened the account, fund the account, and of course you've S&P 500, even if it's just $5. All I need you to do is open the account, fund the account, and buy one asset. Trust me, once you do it the first time, is that execution. And then execute it. Put something called recurring, right? Because you're wondering, so how do I force the discipline? Because I do it this time, then next time. Set automation. There's something called automation, right? Such as it's taking the same amount every month. Everything is, you don't do it. How do you open the account? Okay, I'll say it again, Trinity. You've been here, Trinity. You have been here, Trinity, but I'll say it again because I'll say it for the last time. You open the account, just go online, go on Google, and just check what are the best brokerage accounts. I don't know where you are at. Just go and then open the account online, or just walk into a branch. That's it, right? If you're in the US, Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab's, Robinhood, Webull, there's so many of them. Ameritrade, JP Morgan with Chase. That's the JP Morgan that you see there. That's their investment house. Merrill Lynch with Bank of America. If you are in Canada, Wealthsimple, Questrade. If you are in the UK or you're in Europe in general, there is Trading 212. If you are in Africa, you can also do Bamboo, Investment One, Stanbic IBTC. Open any of those accounts, and then that's it. That's how you open the account. Go online or go into their branch. Go into the whatever. Just the same way you're opening an account, right? It's not. Trust me. It's not. There's nothing hidden. Please never give anybody your money to invest on your behalf. Please never, on no condition. I see it. I have clients that this happens to, and they're scamming them on a daily basis. You don't want to fall into the scam. Do it yourself. That's why I teach you how to fish. I don't give you fish. I can only tell you one, which is S&P 500. Everybody talks about. But if you want to know how to, because S&P 500 is just one. There's so many of the S&P, so many of ETFs. There's the one that gives you 18 to 22%, right? Somebody that wants immediate, you want get rich quick scheme, right? Like my friend, right? You want something that is quicker, that will return your money in 18, in 12, in 2 years, in 3 years. You can do some others, right? But you will be the one to go and find it yourself, right? But I will give you all of the tools that you need, every tool that you need to do it yourself. I'll give you, there's the data for you. Okay, the millionaires, the multi-millionaires, they put the money here based on different data. Because for me to teach that here is going to take us, as a matter of fact, I've done the course, right? And it took hours, so we cannot do this. So you want to, I can't say it here, right? For you to learn that, you would find the link. I have a whole course on it, and let me show you where you find it. In my bio, right here. Can you see? Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Click on it. When you click on it, it will when you click on it, you would see it. It will try to keep you right here. Click on open anyway. That's TikTok doing its thing. And it will come up. And then you can make a purchase of the course. It takes you maybe 2-3 hours to review it. You will understand. I just gave you S&P 500. Now you want to say, okay, I want one more. I want another one. I want another one. I want to have like 3 to 4 or 5, right? Somebody asked yesterday, how many ETFs should I buy, right? Now you would think, how I know all these things, you would find it there. This is it. Smart investing. Can you see it there? Right there. Turn your income into real wealth. Because remember, back to the rule of 72. Let's tap out the live. Can we keep tapping out the live? And also, we are wrapping up now. Make sure that you have clicked the follow button. You've gotten your daily admin. For those that got the daily admin already, make sure you clear your 30 points, right? You will find it right here. Click on it. And once you click on it, you would be able to get access to the course. It's going to teach you everything that you need, right? Everything that you need to start investing right there. Because remember, I did the rule of 72. It takes you how long? Nino, welcome to the $1 million family. You just joined the $1 million league. Congratulations to you. And on a way to become a millionaire in 10 years or less. That's it. Remember, I never said 5 years. So you have to be coachable. You have to be ready to learn. You have to be patient, and you have to follow the principle. And I tell you, in no time, you will be there. It starts with your income. And as a matter of fact, I always say that it starts with your income, and you are wondering, think about it. We have the income, we have the expense. Follow me on this, and I will wrap up with this. Income, expense. Now, you want to build wealth. Building wealth is within this window. If all that you do with your income is to fund the expense, which is the bills and the lifestyle, you're not going to build wealth. You're not building wealth, because there's nothing left to invest. Like my friend earlier said, I'm not working right now. I do not have the money. What did I say? It starts with your income. You need to go and get income. Except you have an inheritance, or you have been saving a lot of money, or the money has to come from somewhere to invest. Remember, open the account, fund the account, and start investing. And then of course automate it and all of that, right? Income here, expense here. You see, this is your wealth builder. The difference between here, that's why you see some basketballers, soccer players, all of those kind of people, they go bankrupt. That's because their expense is more than their income, or their expense is matching their income, so they have nothing to save. So once you save, but you don't, if you also save, I did show you, it takes about, using the rule of 72 at 0.01%, your money, you're going to double your money in 72 years, right? 72,000 years, right? It means that you will not double your money in your lifetime. But if you put that money, you save it, and you start investing. That's the principle that you find in this book that I have pinned here. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Asset. You want to invest in assets. So if you have not gotten a copy, it's right there for you. It's $10. It costs you less than $10. It costs you $10.99. Maybe with taxes, maybe $11, $15 or whatever, thereabout. Do you buy ETF every week or every day? No. I buy ETF. It depends on you. Automation, right? I would recommend that whenever your paycheck comes in, Remember something I say, pay yourself first, right? Pay yourself first. So it simply means that every single paycheck, as you are paying your taxes, you are paying your bills. Remember the 4 account structure that I talked about? You are also paying yourself. That's more sustainable because you don't want a situation where you cannot, you're doing it on a no. Just do it every 2 weeks is fine. There's something called dollar cost averaging. Right now, VOO is at how much? Is at 700 and something. 700. I started buying VOO at 285. At 700, I'm still buying. So you're paying yourself by doing this every single time. JHQ, welcome in. And let's tap out the life. Let's tap out consistently, non-stop. All right. So what was I saying? That income, right? Right here. That's what the difference. Make sure that your expenses is low, your income is high. And then, your income, you are pushing it. That difference is what you put in smart investing. Once you have it invested, once the money is growing, is doubling, you now have capital. Then you now go to real estate. We'll talk about everything real estate tomorrow, right? And Thursday, I might still talk a little bit about ETF. We talked about ETF yesterday. Today, we might still talk a little bit about it, but then we'll start talking about the series on real estate from tomorrow. We'll introduce it and continue. Yes, the money comes out of every paycheck, but I manually buy. No, that's not what we're going. We're going to set the automation up. How? You need to go in and set the automation. You bought the course. Right? Go and say there. We talked about that in there. And you were in the, you need to set up the automation because it's going to be, at some point, it's going to become tiring. If you need help, send me a DM. You bought the course already, so you can reach out to me. And which of the accounts? Is it Fidelity? Or it's okay. You can just send me a DM if you don't want to share right here. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Under Fidelity, you would see where something is there. It would help you with the automation, right? Whereby you are buying every single time. So, all right. So smart investing, that's it. So smart investing is the second pillar. Income is the first pillar. Smart investing is the second pillar. Third pillar is real estate. And then we now have the financial foundation, which we're going to be talking about. Now, how do you increase your income? Because I understand that that's the biggest thing. That's what we're going to be doing in June, the Wealth Building Academy. So if you have not registered for it, we only have very limited space. Where are you? The Wealth Building Academy, back to it again. You would see this is my bio. Click on it. Nesio.me is the only link that you find right there. It will bring you right here. The Wealth Building Academy is free, but registration is required. Click on it. It will try to keep you here, but click on it and it's going to open. I hope I don't smash this iPad sometime. I think it needs software update. See, that's it right here. Click on it and it is zero. It costs you $0, but registration is required. As of this point, the seats are getting very limited because we already passed half of the class, right? We're going to be bringing people that will teach us how can you increase your income without having to take college loans. So I increased my income by $30,000 about 14 years ago. Abraham, welcome to the $1 million family. Congratulations to you on your way to $1 million in 10 years or less. So how do you increase your income, right? You want to get to that 6-figure salary or you want to increase it further, right? Remember, income, but you are going to keep the expense low. But guess what? The income will be higher. Then this is what you're going to invest in smart investing, right? ETF, in real estate, in businesses, right? And then that's how you build wealth. Right? So we're going to be doing everything about that income in June. It's a wealth building academy. It's going to be either on the 6th or on the 13th or both days. We're bringing people that will teach you how to get scholarships. So if you need to go back to college but at zero cost. We're going to be talking about how Google Coursera, how you can get the free training on Google Coursera, training on what's it called? Harvard Business School, right? Right there. That's there. Free trainings that you don't have to pay, certifications, I increased my income by 30,000, moving from corporate finance to technology, became grew to vice president of technology. Did not do my master's until maybe 6 years later and got into my doctorate degree, right? It was after that because I could afford it. But things like scholarship, Dr. Fatima is going to teach us about. She's a doctor and she's a director of admissions in scholarships in one of the major universities, huge universities in California. So then we'll be teaching, Dr. O will be teaching AI cybersecurity, right? He's a director of cybersecurity. He was here the other day. We'll also have Dr. O who to teach us about physical. She has her own private practice. She's a counselor, social worker, and of course, she's doctor. She teaches in 7 colleges as well. So we're still waiting on Dr. Fofo to confirm about the HR. We just wanted to get HR perspective. What are they looking at? But if she can't even make it, that's fine. The people that we have is enough to teach you how to build your income. But once you have that income, congratulations to the person that made the purchase. Congratulations to you because you just secured your spot. Congratulations right there. I always say that the biggest investment you can have is in yourself, right? Biggest investment. And I'm going to wrap up here. So you want to come again, make sure you click click the follow button if you haven't. Opal, Ajay, Mayalistic, Christ, Glorious Central. Ajay, I sent you an email. Christ in, Glorious Central, Stan, Gyoda, JHQ, Emeka. Make sure that, make sure you have connected, you've clicked the button. And always, for all of my community members, let's have the habit of tapping out the live. Go do the Go Populars if you can. And of course, get at the minimum, get your daily at me, right? It just helps and it just shows that you're a fan of this community. Let's not just, I'm investing into you, right? This community is investing, we are pointing to you. Also invest in this community. It costs you 1 cent. And it's not that you are just even giving it out for free because you are getting your points back. 30 points is what you get, right? If I'm investing or this community is investing, hey, thank you so much. See, that's why they said I should talk about it more. I know that you forgot. It's just 1 cent. 1 penny is what it costs, right? And right there, you can do that. 1 cent, 1 penny right there. And that's it. All right, guys. We'll wrap up. We'll be back again. You want to learn everything about real estate. We'll start that series tomorrow. But we'll start with ETFs and then we'll talk about ETF, real estate. We'll also be talking about things on, what's the other thing? We'll talk about the rule of 72. We'll talk about 1% rule. I think I want to talk about, maybe if you want us to talk about all of these different rules, right? There's rule of 25 for retirement. How much do you need for retirement? All of these different rules, we can just do it. And then be on the lookout for the Mid-Year Money Challenge. Yes, Mid-Year Money Challenge is coming. Yes. Mid-Year Money Challenge, whereby you are every single day, there's a challenge for you to help you in your wealth building journey. We did it in December, absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, that's how I got into TikTok. That's how, because people started looking for me in February because I did not come live. I only did it in December, but people were sending me DMs, where are you, Dr. Lina? And that's why I came back in February and started doing more lives, right? But I started in December with, the New Year Money Challenge, Money Reset. As a matter of fact, it's called Money Reset. We're going to be resetting our money, our accounts, because we have a task every single day of June, so that by the time you move to the next half of the year, you are building wealth. Make sure you get your Rich Dad Poor Dad. Don't forget to do that. Make sure you get the Smart Investing Workshop. If you want a one-on-one, you'll find it in the link in the bio. You want mentorship, find the link in the bio. My ebook, The Wealth Blueprint, Parts of Financial Freedom, you find it right there. The Smart Investing Workshop, everything that we talked about today, it costs you nothing. Like, really, if there's anything at all, right? You want anything at all, that is a package. That is actually a $200 value. But go and see the price. It's right now at a discount. Grab it when it's still at a discount, right? Real estate, how to buy real estate in 90 days. All of these things at a discount. And I tell you, once we get into the Wealth Building Academy and we get to that, And some people said they were going to make a purchase. Who were those? Some people said they were going to make a purchase at a particular date. I need to look at my notes, right? Because I need to hold you accountable. Now you're part of the community. So I have every reason. I hope we agree that I have every right to ask you, where are you at on that journey? All right. I love you guys so much. Make sure you also register for the Wealth Building Academy. It's free. Registration is required. Once the class is full, it's full. Don't come to me and send me DM. Dr. Lina, please, can you open more classes? Well, once it's done, it's done. Okay? Love you. And of course, the replay is going to be paid for. So now is your opportunity to take the free chance to learn how to increase your income, right? But if you decide not to, it's all on you. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you later. Bye. And my youth TikTok community, bye as well.